Okay, this is Module 4, Lesson 16. Today is all about word problems. We're going to use tape diagrams and what we know about fractions to solve word problems. Again, please refer to your notes from today's class to talk about the problem of the day. Okay, as a reminder, every time we have word problems, we use the RDW strategy, which of course stands for read, draw, and then write. And in most cases, what we draw is going to be a tape diagram. Okay, this problem says Joachim is icing 30 cupcakes altogether. He spreads mint icing on 1/5 of the cupcakes and chocolate on 1/2 of the remaining cupcakes. The key words here, and in fact, from now on, you're going to really look for these words right here where it says of the remaining. A common mistake fifth graders make is they read this problem saying that he spreads mint icing on 1/5 of the cupcakes and then chocolate on half the cupcakes. But that's not the case. He's not spreading chocolate on half of all the cupcakes. He's spreading chocolate frosting on 1/2 of the remaining cupcakes after the mint has been done. Then the problem tells us that the rest will get vanilla frosting. The question's asking us how many cupcakes have vanilla frosting. Well, now that we've read the problem, let's draw a tape diagram to help us figure out what in the world it's asking. Okay, this is all the cupcakes. And in fact, we know that this is 30 cupcakes because the problem tells us that altogether he has 30 cupcakes. Okay, he's putting mint icing on 1/5 of it. So let's divide it into fifths. And this part right here, one of these fifths, is getting mint. Green for mint. Now, half of the remaining, so basically, this part over here is the remaining cupcakes. And if the mint is 1/5, then 4/5 of the cupcakes are remaining. So of those 4/5, 1/2 of them, so here's the 4/5. Let's zoom in, let's pretend like we're moving it down here. Half of them will be chocolate and half of them will be vanilla. So if the question is asking us how many are vanilla, it's going to be 1/2 of the 4/5. So 1/2 of 4/5. Now, of course, then we can do 1/2 times 4/5, which we know in the numerator is 1 times 4 over 2 times 5 in the denominator for a total of 4/10. And if we simplify that, that is 2/5 of the cupcakes. Cup for short. Very good. Whoops, turns out that 2/5 of the cupcakes is not the correct answer because I just reread the problem, and this is a great learning lesson that we need to always make sure we read the problem carefully. I thought it said what fraction of all the cupcakes are vanilla, but it doesn't. It says how many. So if I know that 2/5 of all the cupcakes are vanilla, I need to find 2/5 of 30. So in order to do that, I just do 2/5 of 30, which of course is 2/5 times 30, which is 2 times 30 over 5. But I know that 5 and 30 have similar fact families, so I know that 30 is 5 times 6 over 5, which helps me simplify ahead of time. So now I have 2 times 1 times 6 over 1, which is 12 of those cupcakes will be vanilla. And that, my friends, is my true answer. Remember to always read your problems carefully. Okay, let's try this one. It says Ahmed spent 1/3 of his money on a burrito and a water bottle. The burrito cost 2 times as much as the water, and the burrito cost $4. How much money does Ahmed have left? Okay, let's read the question and show that we've read it and that we understand it by underlining what the question is asking us to find. We're trying to figure out how much money he has left. Well, we know he spent 1/3 of his money altogether, and he bought a burrito and a water bottle, and the burrito cost 2 times as much as the water, and also that the burrito costs $4. So if we draw a picture, and this is the burrito, exactly half of it will be the cost of the water. Now, if I know that the burrito cost $4, exactly half of it is going to be $2. So if you bought a burrito and a water, that's $4 plus $2, which means he spent $6 on altogether on the burrito and the water. Now, that $6 though is only 1/3 of all his money, right? Because it says he spent 1/3. So if this $6 that he spent on the water and the burrito is 1/3, I have to make 3 copies of it to find how much money he had altogether to begin with. Now the question's asking how much money does he have left? So if this is all the money he had started out with, and we know he spent this much on his burrito and his water bottle, he doesn't have that anymore. So over here, this is what he has left. So with this drawing, we can show, or we can see that he has $12 left.